So I've been using an M3 MacBook Pro for almost a month now, and here's some things you should consider before getting one. Now this particular M3 MacBook Pro is a 14-inch one with the 18 gigs of memory as well as 1TB SSD. Now if you have the funds to get yourself one, I would suggest go ahead and pull the trigger, right? Go ahead and treat yourself. But if you're not using it to edit videos, use Photoshop, and put it through spaces on a daily basis, then getting the base model might be the best bet. But again, if you have the funds and you want to go ahead and get the Pro version, go ahead and do it. Now, if you're like me, I had a very old MacBook Pro. Mine was a 2012 version. Then yeah, this upgrade makes sense. Now, bear in mind, back then when I had my MacBook, I didn't have Premiere Pro or any editing software on it. So I never experienced being able to edit on that particular MacBook. Now, since transferring over into this newer MacBook Pro, a whole new world, right? Has been opened up to me. Now, since upgrading to this M3 MacBook Pro, everything has been so convenient when it comes to using Photoshop, Lightroom, and even Premiere Pro. The convenience, the portability, and the power that this thing packs is insane. Like when I'm editing on my PC, sometimes the time lag would lag or not really work as intended, and that was always frustrating. Putting the same workload on this MacBook Pro, I had no issues whatsoever. Now, of course, you can chalk it up to being brand new, but even so, the experience has been really good. Now, my PC is, of course, an i7 and a 2080 GPU. It's okay, it's good. It's not the best of the best, but it gets the job done. So comparing that to this, light years difference, at least for me. Now, back to when I'm editing, right? So let's say, example, the past couple of videos on this channel have been edited on this MacBook Pro. And whenever I need to get quick B-roll or anything additional, I can go ahead, use my iPhone, and just airdrop it. It's been seamless, no Google Drive needed. And again, I feel spoiled. This is one of the best investments I've made to date. So again, if you're interested in getting yourself a newer MacBook Pro, if you had one of the old models like I did, then go ahead and pull the trigger and get yourself an upgrade. Now, I've heard that if you have M2 or the M1 chip, that it is negligible when it comes to the necessity of upgrading, but yeah, you can make the decision for yourself. Now, I'm really happy that I chose a 14-inch model. The screen size is perfect for me when it comes to writing or typing or even editing. Both of my hands fit perfectly on the keyboard. And for a person like me who haven't really used this as a daily driver when it comes to content creation, editing, using Photoshop, this has been a very pleasant experience. Now, the battery life on this thing is crazy. So the past couple of videos on this channel was edited by this beast. I've not only used Lightroom, Photoshop, and throughout the daily use of it has never dropped below 50%. So that's pretty crazy because I've been putting it through its paces. Of course, it can be chalked up to it being brand new to where the battery is fresh and ready to go, but so far I'm very happy with how long the battery lasts and how powerful this thing is. I guess I'm not used to it being that I have an i7 PC and I never really had a really powerful laptop, but I guess we can chalk it up as me being a fangirl over it. I don't know, but no complaints so far. Actually, I like. There's one thing I can complain about. It's the fingerprints that this thing attracts. So over the course of time, I don't know if you can see it, but this thing is a fingerprint magnet. It's not as crazy as it could be, but it's still there. It is still there. I do love the color. It could be darker, but I'm guessing they didn't go darker with this particular model because if it's really dark, you will see the fingerprints more often or more frequently, but yeah, so far that's the only complaint I have is is the fact that you can easily see the fingerprints. But it's not that bad, but it could be better. Oh, and I can't forget when it comes to charging this thing, it charges in no time at all. So I guess it's fair to say like my entire experience with this MacBook Pro, this M3 MacBook Pro has been a really good one. Now I can say there's a pretty steep learning curve when it comes to using a MacBook. Like myself, I've had one in the past, but I haven't really put it through spaces like I've done so now. So my use case is different. So for example, like using Premiere Pro and figuring out the particular shortcuts that are on this laptop, having to figure out how to use certain things again on this particular machine has not been challenging, but it's been pretty interesting. So if you haven't really used a MacBook Pro before or any Mac device or any Apple device, then just keep that in mind. But don't be scared of it because it's pretty easy to get a hang of. If I can do it, you can do it. Because before I wasn't as tech savvy as I am now, right? All comes with trial and error and good old YouTube University. Now again, if you're only gonna be using this to browse the web, watch occasional YouTube video, Netflix, Hulu, then I would consider getting the base model. But if you would like to future-proof it, then getting the M3 MacBook Pro would be the one I would recommend getting. Getting the Max would kind of be overkill, but again, if you have the funds for it, go ahead and pull the trigger and treat yourself. But if you're just going to be browsing using this for regular day-to-day activities, then the M3 base model will be the perfect one for you. Now, if this video has given you any insight into how good or bad this laptop is, let me know down in the comments. And if you're on the fence of getting any of the particular versions, the 14-inch or the 60-inch, or even upgrading, let me know down. I want to see what you guys are working with or your thought process when it comes to selecting your daily driver. And of course, guys, don't forget to go ahead and like and subscribe. Until next time, guys. Peace.